Now, I'm going to bring us a story that will touch the hearts of many animal lovers here and around the world. Steve and I are animal lovers, aren't we?
We are.
Yes.
We are, definitely. As we'll prove shortly, I suspect.
Yes, we've got evidence of
it.
Locals in Chirnside Park lined the grounds of the Heritage Golf and Country Club on Tuesday evening after neighbours were informed that a kangaroo cull would take place. The Herald Sun reports the cull, which was approved by relevant authorities, could see kangaroos killed for pet food. Those kangaroos include a much-loved elderly male roo known by locals as Big Al or Mr Scarface. Now, the man who years ago rescued this injured animal, Big Al, and rehabilitated him and released him back into the Heritage Golf Grounds. He joins us now. Manfred Zabinskas, thank you so much for your time. Tell us what is happening with Big Al and his roo mob. Are they still in danger?
Well, we don't know. They were certainly in danger on the Tuesday night when we all rushed out to the golf course. It was all with short notice. Residents received notification only that very day that there would be shooting in the evening, which was just astonishing. None of them had been consulted. All we knew was that the professional group of shooters were going to come in and shoot a large number of kangaroos, and no one had any idea that this was going to happen.
Look, Manfred, as Steve Conroy here, I'm lucky enough to have played the Heritage Golf Course, so I appreciate the beauty of the area and I've seen the wildlife. Why is there a need for a cull? Is there some drought that's forced them to come down and be eating the greens or eating the fairways? What's caused the concern of the owners, obviously, who've organised the cull?
Well, we don't believe the concern has anything to do with the impact from the kangaroos. In fact, the contrary is that all the residents and the golfers that I've spoken to dearly love the kangaroos, and it's a huge feature of the country club there. In their own promotional stuff online, you can see pictures of kangaroos basking in the sun, and they use that as a draw card to get tourists and interested people to that property. Everyone's loved and enjoyed.
I know the course has had financial.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I know the course has had financial issues, but surely they don't think they can make enough money to keep the place going with a bit of kangaroo meat in pet food. That can't be what's behind this.
Well, that's what we've been told is behind it, that it was actually done as a part of the pet food harvesting program. They certainly had a number of shooters that arrived on the night, and they've got two huge refrigerated trucks that were to take the carcasses away. We weren't told how many animals were going to be slaughtered, but it was obvious that there were going to be very large numbers. But even so, we just can't understand it because the price per kilogram of kangaroos for pet food is small, and you just can't imagine that this would be worthwhile. We're dumbfounded as to the logic behind this action. We're absolutely dumbfounded.
Well, look, wherever I've played Heritage or a few other courses that have got, lots of kangaroos, the safest place for them is usually the middle of the fairway when I'm teeing off. But I can't see the economics of this at all. This makes no sense, Rita.
Absolutely. And, we don't have too many tourists around, but looking forward, that is such a draw card to say, come play a round of golf and you'll have see kangaroos hopping along. I mean, that is just something. And the locals love these animals as well. Tell me about your concerns for Big Al, because he is a much-loved fixture around the golf club, and you think that he won't survive a cull because he's very trusting of people.
Well, if Big Al went anywhere near where the shooting was to occur, he would certainly be a major target. He's an old retired kangaroo. He's a beautiful, gentle giant. So everything about him would make him the biggest target. He's a huge kangaroo. He's up around 75 kilograms. So if it comes down to, kilograms for your bullet, he's going to be right up the top of that scale. And he's just so friendly. He lives in people's yards. People wake up in the morning and have their cup of tea and they look out and there's Big Al laying on their lawn with the backdrop of the golf course in the distance. It's idyllic. It's beautiful. If he was anywhere near where the shooters were, it would be an absolute sitting duck.
Oh, Manfred, I really do hope you prevail here and you stop this cull from happening, because I think it would just be absolutely heartbreaking for it to go ahead. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.